Hello, my name is Ahmed and thank you for watching this video. In the last video, we saw together how we can create the area between two Netbackup domain, which we use for the, usually we use for the replication between the sites. But now we will discuss about something called SLP, which stands for Storage Lifecycle Policies. SLP, we don't use SLP only for the replications. We use SLP for many cases, such as even the normal policies. If I go to, let's say, one of our classic policy which I have, let's say Oracle Backup, and then if I go to schedules, if you guys see over here, I have different operations which is happening, and each one of them will have a separate attention, let's say. So over here, I'm keeping the attention 3 days, 3 days, and 1 week. In case all of them were same, what I can do over here, I can go to my SLP, create, let's say, a show. I want to keep it, let's say, for 3 days, right? And then I want to send the same data keep it for 5 days in DR SLP, right? At the data classifications, if we are going to change and we're going to put anything, let's say if I want to keep the goal, that means the policy must match the same data classifications. And again, on my second master server, the SLP which we will create after a while, it must match the same classifications. So that's why I don't want to put any data classifications. I will just click add, backup. I want to send it to my MSDP. I want to be fixed for how many days? 3 days, right? And that's it, create. I will just explain a bit about this naming convention. You can put whatever name you want. Let's say create. Okay, so we have created this one now, which is not a goal. This is from a different one. So if I come here to policies, Oracle Backup, right? We go under the schedules. We can see here we have two schedule, which is having the retention of period of 3 days, which matches our SLP. But the full, it's for 1 week. So if I go to attributes, I can select this one, and then I click save, right? Oracle Backup, schedule again. I can see that all of them now are retention period is managed by SLP. That means for all three, it's 3 days. But I have this full backup, which I wanted to keep for 5 days. Let's go back again to the SLP. I'll go with this one. I'll copy it. I'm gonna say, okay, I want this guy to be 5 days in the HO and 5 days inside the DR. If I go to the backup, edit, I'm gonna keep this one for 5 days. I don't have the 5 days, so what we will do, we'll go and create it. Host properties, go to primary server, connect it. We saw this before, but we'll do it one more time. So for creating retention, we just have to go to the master server. Simply just connect to the master server if it connects now. All right, edit primary server. We'll go to retention period. So I have selected 3 days over here. I'm gonna change this one, make it 2 days and 5. Save. Save. Perfect. Let's go to SLP now. This is the one which we created. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna change this one to 5 days. Backup. I'm gonna edit it. And I'll keep this one 5 days. Right? So now I have two SLPs. Create. You see over here. Create. Okay. Again, I go to my Oracle backup, schedule. I'll go to that particular one, edit. We have something called override policy storage selection. So for this particular one, I wanted to use this one. So this way, we can even select or we can customize our retention using the SLP as well. And then click save, save again, and now that's it. It will just act accordingly. Okay. So that's for the SLP. We can use the SLP for local policies, even if you're not using the replications or duplications. Or let's say you are using the application to the tape, which is from within the same master server. This SLP will be really helpful. So again, let's go to SLP. We have this one, right? This one and this one. If I go to this one, now I have the backup. Now, what I want to do, I want the second copy of this backup to go to NBU MSTDR. I'll select it. I'll click Add Child. I'll do it from Operation and select Replication. From here, I'm gonna use Fix. Maximum snapshot limit, it's one option which, if in case inside the policy, let's say policies over here, this one, if we select maximum snapshot, it will be useful for it. So what it will do, it will once it reaches that maximum, the eldest image will be removed or will be deleted. But for the air, for replication, we always go with the fix. Okay, so here I'm gonna mention fixed. I'm gonna mention I want this image to be kept in my DR or my DR for 5 days. That means this retention will be over here. So when this guy is importing it, which you will see together, that backup will remain there for 5 days. So as a source, I am assigning this 5 days. And actually fixed means whatever that backup has the tag as a retention, which is 5 days, you have to keep it. So I'm going to keep 5 days. From here, if let's say we have multiple master servers, multiple domains, right now I have only 2, but let's say we have 5 domains, right? With the targeted SLP, I can come over here to a specific primary server. I can select that particular primary server which I want. Okay, it's saying the import SLP not found for the selected target primary server, which is amazing. I have to find out why. Let me go to SLP over here. Okay, we don't have any SLP. So it's saying that there is no import SLP available in this primary server. So what I will do, I will create one SLP. Let me cancel this one. Let me copy this one. The name, you can put any name. Okay, I'm gonna mention this import SLP. I'm just putting it because it will be easier. And then from here, the first operation must be import. And as a retention type, it will be target retention. That means whatever is mentioned over here, keep it the same. So target retention, and then create, and then create. Let's go back here, backup, add child, replication, fix. I want to send it for how many days we said? 3 days, right? This guy will be only for 3 days, yes. So 3 days. Go to NBU MSTDR. Okay, it's still not able to see this one. Sometimes this happens. What we'll do normally, I restart the SLP service, but let me see if it will see it again or no. Not found. It's not able to find it. I have to cancel this one. Let me see if it will see it again, or have to restart the service. Okay, this is the one. Oh, this one which we have over here, 3 days and 3 days. If you see over here, this guy having a goal, but inside our data classifications over here, it doesn't have the goal. Let me remove the goal over here, and I keep no data classifications, and I save it. Right now, again, let me go inside it, backup, add child, replications. I'm gonna keep it only for 3 days. Over here in view mstdr, it can see it. So it was just a matter of the classification. As I mentioned, either I have to change the classification over here to goal, otherwise we will face this error, right? So that's it. Now I'll go over here with the advanced. It's mentioning over here what will happen if the window closes. You might say, what is the window? Where is the window? Over here. So for replications, again, we have a different window. I can select the the default one, or I can create a new one, and let's say keep it every day between this time only, and then duplicate. Only at this time it can duplicate. But I might say I'm starting all my backups, let's say from 0 to 4. So maybe I want to start the duplications or replications happens, let's say between this period, and then duplicate. So it's up to you. Okay, and I'm going to mention this one, replication. Maybe I can choose the same replications for the different SLPs. I'm going to click. Let's see anything else. And here, so if let's say that window closes, let's say exactly at here, and still the replication is happening, what should be the behavior? Finish processing the active images. So even if the time is finished, if you have some active images, finish them or cancel it. Just stick around with the time. I'm going to mention finish processing the active images, and then click create, right? And then save. And that's how we will use. And because the same SLP we are putting in the policy, so what will happen over here? It will take first the backup, we'll keep it inside the disk. Once it's finished, it will go with the second operation, which is a replication. It will replicate, and it will just import it over here. What is mentioned over here, just import it here. Again, if let's say I had another disk long-term retention attached to this NBU mstdr, I could have just come over here. Sorry, SLP, select this one, have to click over here, add child. I could have said duplicate it, let's say to the second storage server, which is my long-term retention, and let's say make it to 1 year, for example. So what it would have done, it would just import it with 3 days, and then it will duplicate it to my long-term retention with the 1 year or 2 years retention, whatever I have. Or again, maybe I want to keep a copy here for 3 days, and then I wanted to replicate to my third site, which could keep, let's say, for 3 months. Again, replications, once that trust is there to that particular master server, again, you will just go with the 1 year, 3 months, 2 months, whatever you want. Again, from the third one, you want to go to fourth site, you can do that. Same for here. If let's say you want to import, and then from here, let's say add child, you go ahead from here, let's say you do replications, and then again another add child, so duplications, replications, duplication tape. You can do multiple duplication or replication in the same SLP. I believe that's all for the SLP, which explained. One last thing, if I come on the storage lifecycle policies, if I come to SLP settings, we will have this settings over here, which you can manage them. For example, how many times, like what will be the duplication size. So for duplication to happen, the minimum size should be 8 GB. These are the default settings, which you can play around with it, and justify it or modify it or fine tune it to match your environment, which again is a good place and is available inside the GUI. But not all the configuration for SLP is available in GUI. For some of them, you have to go on CLI, and you have to play it from the CLI. I think with the nb set config and nb get config. All right, that's all for the SLP. Thank you for watching this video.